Welcome to the Cosmic Junkie, and I'm going to do just a general reading to see what pops out here. And I guess I'll do these every time I feel called to, and that's what's going on right now. I lovingly call upon our ancestors, angels, spirit guides, anything and everything divine and holy of the highest white light for our highest good. Please help me channel a message for whoever needs to hear it. Bless this reading with your protection and guidance, Spirit. We thank you with all the love and all the gratitude. All the love and all the gratitude. This is a new channel. So I appreciate all the views. All the views, likes, subscribes, comments. I'm gonna grab that present. Death. All right. Well, okay. On that positive note, no, I actually kind of like any death cards because it's just cycles of life, you know, and ending just means there's making room for something else, something new. So, Spirit, what is being put to death here? What is this death card about? Buttercup. And that is the number 29, which breaks down to an 11. New beginnings. New beginnings. This does happen to be Witchwood Oracle, Mrs. May's Victorian Oracle. It's actually a pretty cool oracle deck. It's only got... It's that thick. Not very many cards, but, you know, they pack a punch. Buttercups, you know, happiness, positivity, merriment. So whatever this death entails, you know, it's a good thing. It's a positive thing happening here. Palm upside down. And that is 14, which is a 5. So, there might be, you might be facing some uncertainty, some disbelief. Maybe since there's a, this is like a palm picture. Maybe you're facing some uncertainty with metaphysics, with spirituality, the metaphysics of spirituality. And the rapier, and that number is 27. 27 breaks down to a 9. So nearing an end of something, attaining, you're preparing, maybe preparing for something here. Definite, this is a power card. In reverse, it can mean vengeance, aggression. Well, so that's all on the end of the spectrum here. We have a very positive card, and then in the middle, uncertain. Yeah, so we will see what this is about, okay? Give me 3 cards, or 2 cards on the Buttercup. 2 cards on the Buttercup. You know, buttercups are spring flowers. They don't last very long. Dare I say that this merriment from this Buttercup card can be not very lasting, or it Could be talking about this vengeance and aggression that won't be very long lasting. Okay, I feel like somebody's having a hard time putting something to an end. Or maybe even letting something go. I'm getting here with this palm. There's definite lack of healing and some bad luck happening. If you're experiencing this bad luck, you know, maybe you're wishing for some merriment to happen here with this buttercup. Or maybe any kind of joy or happiness that you get is fleeting like a buttercup at the moment. And maybe you just need some guidance to get out of this situation, right? Any uncertainty about this, about spirituality. So give me 2 cards on the palm. Maybe you're holding on to some self-limiting beliefs here. You know, self-limiting beliefs are the definite #1 thing that keeps us from finding our true selves, that keeps us from connecting to our higher self, which is our true self, our true soul, and our true soul's purpose. With this reversed Queen of Swords, yeah, there's definitely some lack of clarity, maybe operating out of ego, holding on to these beliefs and thoughts very tightly. Here, and if you're holding on to self-limiting, I like to call them self-limiting beliefs because they are, but they actually stem from anything that we have been taught in life by someone else. Like if we grew up in a religion, that's just the biggest kicker. You know, a lot of people have a hard time letting go of religious beliefs that hold them back, but I do respect religion because I do feel like people need religion to get to a place of spirituality, to connect to a higher power, God, you know, God, their higher self, the universe, whatever religion is in practice. But religion is also made by man. You know, it like makes you check off these boxes, you know, and these boxes weren't made to be checked off. You know, if you're checking off these boxes, but your true self is not in these boxes, that's you holding yourself back from, and that's where free thinking comes into play. You know, when we are born, we're babies. You know, and all we have is our instinct. Like if we're hungry, we cry. If, you know, that's all we have. But as we get older, those instincts are kind of beaten out of us and taken over by logical thought. And logic is good, but there needs to be a balance between your instincts and logic. Okay? I'm feeling maybe if anyone is stuck in any kind of self-limiting beliefs, then kind of dip your toes into something else, you know, kind of take a step back and ask yourself, why do I believe this? Why do I believe this? Like if you're a housewife and you're unhappy at home and you're doing the cooking and cleaning and your husband is going and he's bringing, you know, supporting everything monetarily, you know, that's gender roles, but you're not happy doing that gender role, and you're like, but this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Ask yourself why you feel that, why do I think that I'm supposed to be doing this? You know, question everything. Why? Journal. There's all kinds of journals you can buy that prompts you to these things. You know, that's also why they call it shadow work. I'm really not a big fan of calling it shadow work. I don't know why, but this is just, shadow work is all about figuring out who you are, light and dark, and why you believe the things you believe. Now, at the end of the day, when you figure out why you believe what you believe, if you still believe it, that's all gravy. As long as you acknowledge where it comes from. You know what I mean? So, give me 2 cards on this rapier. Reverse 4 of Swords. A reverse King of Wands. Okay, this is definite lack of healing. Like, maybe you don't want, with this reverse King of Wands, maybe you don't want to do the healing work. And it is work and it is a struggle, but it's worth it. It's worth it. I mean, do you always want your happiness to be fleeting? Do you always want to be stuck in these cycles? And if I keep pulling these energies and healing focus for people who don't want to heal, I'm probably not gonna but just, you know, have compassion with yourself too. You know, I'm gonna pull 2 more cards with this, and this is some heavy energy here, and I am deeply compassionate for those going through this, but it's worth it. The work is worth it. All it does is take acknowledging why you think the way you do, or why you feel the way you feel, so you can release it. When you release it, that makes room for new things to come in that serve your highest good, your highest purpose, your happiness, your passion. Okay. Maybe your self-limiting thoughts have to do a lot with your, and it does have to do a lot with your subconscious, you know, but healing takes all this stuff coming from the surface, takes unveiling it. And if you do experience bad luck, or a downturn of events, or just an unfortunate life path in general, if you are not feeling victories in any certain area of your life, start looking into that. Start digging deep. Dig deep. Okay? And yeah, it's hard at first. But it's so much easier to start it yourself than to be thrown into it. You can feel like you're possessed by a demon. Like, where are all these feelings coming from? They all come to I mean, when you're healing, that's just stuff coming to the surface that you need to face. Okay? And the longer that you don't face them, the longer that you keep suppressing them, the worse off things are going to get. Okay? And it does take time. It does take effort, you know, unfortunately, but nothing worth doing is ever worth doing, right? Like, or nothing worth doing is ever easy, that kind of thing. And I'm speaking the truth here. Like, with it being under this 4 of Pentacles, it's time to let go of some of this stuff. So it's time to release. Or you're just going to continue to have unfortunate, you know, everybody talks about the American dream, like, you know, having your own business and doing your own thing and having money to have a swimming pool and everything else. And those things aren't everything. Okay? It took me, it's like I had a family. Like I had a husband, he went to work, he supported the family. I could pretty much do whatever I wanted to, with the exception of the responsibilities at home. And I had a nice house. I had a swimming pool with a hot tub and a nice car and all that. But at the end of the day, that stuff wasn't making me happy. And in order to figure out what makes you happy, you have to do the healing work. And the experience has been worth it for me, because now I wake up every day. You know, I've done a lot of downsizing. My bedroom is kind of like a Harry Potter closet, but I'm okay with that. Like, I don't have a lot of stuff. I don't, and at the end of the day, I don't want a lot of stuff. That stuff is no longer important to me. It's just, I mean, I'm not going to be able to take it with me whenever I go. But whenever I do think of what I want left behind, I want people to remember me as kind and generous. And, you know, I don't want, I mean, you got to figure out what you want. And the best question to ask yourself is, what do I want to leave behind whenever I am no longer here? Physically, anyway, physically. That's a good place to start, actually. Make that, what do I want to leave behind when I'm no longer here? How do I want people to remember me? Yeah, be honest with yourself, okay? Be honest with yourself. And don't be afraid to try ideas or contemplate ideas that you didn't believe in before. You know, that you were taught to, what's that? Like the gender role thing. I'll use that. I'll keep using that as an example. You know, you're at home and you're doing, or you're working and you're making money to support a household, and it's a job that you don't necessarily like doing, but you have to, because you have to support your family. Well, how about thinking outside of that box a little bit? Just start dipping your toes with those thoughts. Ooh-wee. This is some heavy energy, but this is what I've been called to do, so this is what I'm going to do. And hopefully it reaches somebody that it helps. And I hate that it's not the most positive of things, but I can try to bring some positivity into it, because I know without a shadow of a doubt that it's worth it. And I just remember a meme that I saw one time, and I actually saved it in my phone. But it's like these two rabbits, okay? And you can see underground where they're growing their carrots, because carrots grow underground. One rabbit, he looked all arrogant and proud and superior with his big greenery from his carrot. And the other rabbit kind of looked, you know, maybe a little ashamed, but humble, with the little green from his carrot. But underneath the ground, the little greenery grew more carrot than the other. So it's like, success is not always something that you can see. You know, success, you have to define your idea of success. And I think I'm going to leave that here. Please don't take it the wrong, if you are going through hard times, hard struggles, please don't take it the wrong way, okay? I can help. I can help. Any kind of personal readings, I do personal readings, just email me at thecosmicjunkie@gmail.com and we'll discuss, you know, what kind of reading would be right for you, and what your next, if you're confused about any steps you need to take, getting out of certain mindsets and beliefs, I can help you. That's what I do, and that's my passion. I'm very passionate about it. So if anybody can help you, it's me. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you for this message, Spirit, and I wish you all an abundant day.